Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Amy and I am the reading stitcher, and this is Riley. So this little guy here is the reason why I haven't posted in over a month. If you're new here, I am mainly a full coverage stitcher with a few what I consider littles and also some Mirabellas and Bella Filipinas. So if you were brought here from my whip parade, and if you've seen any of my other previous videos, and he's a little squirmy, he doesn't like being held in one place for very long. But if you saw my other videos, you've probably noticed that in the majority of my videos, I mention my dogs. I always mention that I have Finn, the husky, who sits at my feet, and typically beside me or sitting back here, I would have my dog Helix. In the middle of August, Helix unfortunately passed away very quickly, very suddenly. I know. He got into something, some sort of possibly a cob of corn, and his body couldn't pass it, and unfortunately he was at a point where you're fine, where surgery wasn't going to be helpful. So we decided that we wouldn't let him be in pain any longer. And then a few days later, we actually got this guy. Probably a little too soon, but if any of you guys have a dog or more than one dog, then you'll know that sometimes, and yes, I know, you can go down in just a sec. Sometimes dogs grieve in ways that are not beneficial to their health. So Finn, my bigger dog, he wasn't eating, he wouldn't go outside by himself. Yes, you can go down now. And overall, he was just very obviously not himself. And so we decided, after deliberation, that what he needed was a companion. And we've had Riley now for about, I would say, close to 2 weeks. And Finn is eating again. He has lost some weight from playing, and overall he seems happier than when he was by himself. So it was a good decision. Riley is a Australian Shepherd Collie mixed with a standard poodle. So we're not sure how big he's going to get quite yet. Probably medium size. And but obviously, because of that little guy, my stitching time has been down, and because of what happened, and I just hadn't felt like stitching for a couple weeks. So I only recently, this past week, got really back into it, and now that we're on more of a routine, and sorry, they're playing now under the table, so if you suddenly get jolted, it's because they're knocking stuff. So I am going to show you what I did throughout the month of August, and so some whips have quite a bit of progress, and some have barely any. So I have 10 whips to show you, plus I managed in one of the 4 new starts that I'd been planning, and I also have a permanent UFO. So we'll start with my whips, my works in progress. If you saw, if you're here for my whip parade, you'll recognize some of these. They're, I think, at least 3 or 4 of these are the ones you'll see the most often. And don't worry if you hear any growling or anything like that. My husky is actually very gentle with the puppy. It's actually quite cute. But he's underneath. They're both underneath me right now, wrestling. So you may hear them. So we'll get started here, and apologies, I have some zippers. So the first one that I have is Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers. And I didn't take this out of the hoop. I think I don't recall, I don't think I took a before picture. But basically all I've done is work in this section here. So I almost completed this whole motif, and I brought the border down. And the end of the page, first page, is I think just right down here. So this is 452 stitches, and this is on a 16 count Aida called Winter Blues from BeStitchMe. And you probably are hearing them. Guys, hey, shush. Sorry. It's apparently time for them to wrestle. Yeah, so this is my progress on this one. I am using a variegated custom floss from Hand Dyed by Rolanda on Etsy. There was no name, there was just this. And so this whole project will be in this color. Okay, so that was my first project. So the second project that I have here, and these are not in the order that they were worked on at all. So my next one here is Boreal Colors. I'll have to put a picture in of what it looks like at the end. And I have a picture of this one of where it started. And this is the project that has gotten the most. I think I may have even gotten a page finish in this. But I'll have to check the before picture to be absolutely certain, but I think I did. So this is my current progress. So before, I believe I was stitching up in here, and this right here I believe was the page finish, or right here. So it down, and then I'm planning on moving from this page just to keep going up like this in a diagonal. So this is on a 25 count Lugana, and this is Boreal Colors by Eder Jose Rosa and charted by StitchesSewBeautiful. And as you can see, I've made quite a bit of progress on this. I just got this color in to fill in these little blanks today, and I'm closing in on another page finish, and I have been really enjoying this. So I always join the StitchesSewBeautiful like monthly challenge. Now last month I dropped out in the second week, but I have joined up again, so this will be frequently worked on. Plus this is a piece in my Survivor game, and it will be in the Amazing Race challenge that is coming up, that I work on in Whip Warriors. So I'm gonna put this one away. So next is my oldest full coverage. I think might be my oldest whip in general. And I hit quite a milestone on this. So, sorry, obviously that's the back. And I'm going to just show you the one side here. Okay, so Love Owls, here's what it will look like when it is done. And I should have a picture of where it was when I started at the beginning of August. This one and Boreal Colors have also gotten around 500 already in September. So you are getting that progress as well. So this is on a 16 count Aida by James Browne. Probably gonna have to, by James Browne, and charted by HAED. And as you can see here, I have gotten well in the way into this page here, and at the bottom there of where those last two blocks are, that is the bottom of the piece. So I finally hit the bottom. And that is quite big for me. So I'm gonna actually cut off all this excess once we get our sewing machine out. But I'm so happy with this progress. And then once I have probably another 1,000 stitches in here, then I'll probably have a page finish as well. And that will be coming up this month because it is also being used for Survivor and The Amazing Race. So it will be pulled out again even tonight. So next I have Which Way by Molly Harrison. This is another full coverage that is on a 25 count, just regular white Lugana. All of my projects are worked in full cross unless otherwise specified, like if it's like something for the kit. And this is what this one will look like. And this project should have a before picture. And I use this for the weekly acrostic with Insisque Stitches challenge group. And so this didn't get very much. It only got 100 stitches. But it did get pulled out, so it made some progress. Just excuse all my hanging threads here. And so this is where I got to. So I believe I was filling in right here, continuing up this. So I think this is the block I worked on. For the Amazing Race Challenge that's upcoming, I've basically put all of my full coverage. And basically it works the same way as far as I can tell. It'll work the same way as the Survivor games and Big Brother Stitching, where you get assigned whips to certain groups and people, and then whenever they do something, or if they're eliminated, or if they won't come in first place, then you do stitches on them. And just 1 second, sorry about that. Riley was investigating the house. He's still getting used to everything. And he was rolling something across the floor, so had to get that off of him. So the next project that came up, let me see if I can get it here. This is Belle the Mare, and a picture I can show you guys potentially. Here we go. Okay, so this is what she looks like. This is Belle the Mare by Joan Elliotte. And I do have a before picture that I can put up. And this whip is on a 16 count Ada called Through the Stones by BeStitchMe. And again, this one only got 104 stitches. And I believe it all went into her hair, I think. So I haven't decided if I'm going to bead this as I go, or if I'm going to complete the stitches first. My Cathedral Woods Goddess that I work on, I'm doing beading as I go, but because this one is slightly smaller, I'm not sure how I want to do it yet. But yeah, so it's got 104 stitches. And it's still in hoop because at the time I had intended to bring it back out. Obviously that did not happen. Okay, so the next project that got a lot of stitches is Earth Unicorn, charted by Heaven and Earth Design, and artwork by Kelee Riley. This is what it will look like. And this is I have a before picture for this, so you will see what it looks like. And I also, this is on a 25 count blush Lugana called Blush. This is also by BeStitchMe Fabrics. And this got 2,043 stitches. So I completed a row and then I'm now in the center of another row. So I'm actually, I think I'll start to see some of his head this time. This right here was this beginning of his hoof. And I'm about 37% done on this. And I really enjoy working on this one. The fabric is awesome and the pattern is so cool. And I have decided that when I finish this one, I am going to put one of the other patterns on this fabric that go with this one. Haven't decided which one, but probably maybe the air one. So next I have a Riolis kit that I've just been calling Dear Spirit since I can't read or find an actual name. This is, yeah, so by Riolis, and this is on a like a stamped, pre-stamped fabric, so like the back is just white. And this is where I am with this. I don't know if I have a progress picture, but basically this was done and then I've done all of this. So that's 611 stitches. And this is actually really, like, once I get going on this, it's quite enjoyable to work on. The Aida that they give you is quite stiff, but it's not the worst I've worked on. So this is, and I am liking the effect that the stitches and blends are having on it. So I'm quite happy. And I think it's going to be smaller than I thought. I don't know why, but I thought it was going to be some like bigger thing. But I almost have like I would like to get his head done, and then I can work on his antlers up here. But this whole section is quite nice. Hey, Riley, stop chewing my cord. Shit. Sorry. That is not good for you to do. Believe it or not, he's settling down for the day. There. Yeah, so he is settling down for the day, despite how it seems as we do this video. The next project that I worked on was Amethyst. And this is a full coverage on 25 count Lugana. I have a picture of what it looks like. Hopefully the glare is not too bad. So that is what she looks like, and this is by Ortega. And I have a picture of where it was, and then this is where we got to. So I was working down here, finishing this diagonal, and just 105 stitches. So the ones that got like 100 or, you know, or 200 stitches, they're the ones that were worked on for the weekly acrostic that I did with Sisley Stitches. I couldn't keep it up after everything that happened. I just didn't have time or energy really to do it, but I will get back to it once things are a little less hectic around here, because I did quite enjoy it, and it helps me get progress on whips that I typically wouldn't pull out when they're not my focus pieces. So the next one I have here is Mini Serenity. This is what it looks like at the end. This is artwork by Fain, and this is charted by Heaven and Earth Design. And this pattern is on a 16 count Aida. And I do have a picture of what it looked like, so you should be seeing that now. Sorry, I should get my threads off of here first, just so you guys can actually see what I did. And it's got 203 stitches, and it was all into the moon, so like the pink areas in the moon there. which is really, really fun to do. I'm really enjoying working on just the moon and on this in general. It is such a big focal point in the piece for me, and I'm quite enjoying it. And I believe once I finish this page, I'll be able to reach her head, the head of the fairy. Great. Okay, and I have. Okay, so that was it for my works in progress. And so the next one that I have to show you is actually one of the new starts that I was able to get to. So this one is called Blue Rose. I will put it here what it looks like at the end. And this is on a 25 count Lugana. Artwork is by Prindle, and this is charted by Heaven Earth Designs. And this got a measly 320 stitches to start. So haven't worked on this since, but like I'm gonna assign it to a couple things. Now I still love the artwork, but I think it kind of got dwindled on me because I had just started this when everything started happening with my dog, so it's a little bit of a bittersweet one to work on. But I will be getting this out hopefully again this month. I want more of a substantial start. Usually I wouldn't have put this down until I had at least 1,000. I don't like having such a small start on something, even if 1,000 is also a really small start. But this is going to be not a focal piece, but I might bring it out a couple times this month. That's like the plan anyway. So we went through those pretty fast, but I'm not sure how long I'll have time really to do this video, or the next couple really. So I just wanted to get through everything that I could. I do have one haul and then one big plan. So I'll do the haul first. So I picked up, just at our local Walmart, a gold collection petite. This is just a wolf. Now this was the first project I ever picked up, and I never finished it. I barely got into it. I had such a hard time figuring all the, the French knots, and I was having such a hard time with it. So I guess when I moved, I lost it. So I picked it up again because I still really like the pattern. I don't know when I'll start this one, and I definitely won't be doing it on the provided Ada. Just because I have some smaller pieces of things downstairs that would be so much easier than the stiff Ada that comes with this. So I don't know if I'll start this one soon or not, or if it'll be a next year start, but I am glad that I picked this back up because I really enjoy this. Well, I didn't enjoy it when I worked on it, but I enjoy the picture. Yeah, so that was the one thing that I've bought, and that basically, concludes my no-buy year. I had cheated a little when I ran out of threads that I needed, and I bought those, but I hadn't officially bought any patterns until I got that. So it was a fail. Well, I mean, I did a no-buy for like 7.5 months. So it was pretty good. Okay. And so I have one big plan that is upcoming. And I would like to start it this month because I've kit up what I need to. I have, for the first time, I will be using a gridded Lugana. So this will be a new thing for me. This is like a huge piece, by the way. And this is like it just keeps going. But this is the size that I need. It is going to be that long. But look, this is literally my entire height. It's going to take me forever. And I will be working this pattern that I'm about to show you here using my paper copy because it was a limited edition. So this is limited edition from Heaven and Earth Design. This is At the Watering Hole. So I've kit up for basically the first 3-ish pages. I'm not expecting to get more than that done this year and into the next. I have no strict goal on this because it's such a big piece. And I have to use the paper copy here because being a limited edition, and at the time I wasn't buying anything in PDF, so this is all I have to work off of. Now I noticed that there are a lot of pages that are partial pages, but this is still going to be, so this is 500 by 875. This is substantial. This will be my biggest lifelong project, I think, at least for now. I have a couple downstairs that may even rival this, but this is the one I chose to start first because it's just those eyes. Those gorgeous blue eyes. There's just something about them. I love it. But yeah, so we're going to get a start, and I'll be starting up in this corner here. As you can see, I've got the colors that I need already, and I only have a few more colors to actually kit up. And while I was getting those colors, I decided to grab the one type of thread that I needed to work on for my Silo Witches. So I now have the Swamp Water color so that I can finish that hopefully this year for October. So that will be one of my big ones because I didn't really have very much to go on that, and then I ran out of thread. Almost forgot, but I have one project that I have decided that I will not be continuing, and that is the 2025 mystery sal from the Cross Stitch Studio called Celestial Fantasy. So this came out at the beginning of the year, and I at the time didn't have all the colors, and I didn't want to buy anything, so I was just working in the first page with the colors that I did have. I quickly discovered that I really did not like doing that. I much prefer my somewhat block diagonal method. I was having such a hard time just trying to do even cross country within the page. And that was compounded by the fact that I just didn't have all the big colors. So it's been nearly 9 months now. Well, it has been 9 months now, and I am still on that first page. And since then, a lot of people within the group for this sal have actually, they're caught up. You can see basically what the pattern is basically going to look like, and I don't really have a picture of what it is, but it's not something that I would choose to I thought with it being Celestial Fantasy it would be a bit more fantasy, but it looks to be maybe a sun, like a girl, like sun, and so it's not exactly something that I think I'm going to continue, because I'm not enjoying it to begin with, just because of those issues that I just mentioned. There's nothing to do with the charting or anything like that. I mean, the piece itself is gorgeous. There's obviously so many intricate details, because the confetti, the confetti in the hair was, it was good. There was a lot. But it did have an amazing effect, and you can see that on the people's pieces who are up to date. It's just not my cup of tea, so I won't be continuing that one. So I don't know at this point if I'm going to frog the nearly 4,000 stitches, or if I'm just gonna snip that kind of like very tiny piece off the fabric and use it for something smaller. That's probably what I'll lean to. But I'm gonna wait to do that until we can get our sewing machine back out. And in the meantime, I think one of the things I'm going to be doing, because I'm not going to have as much time to just sit and record, I think I'm going to try a bit more of a vlog style, especially since I do so many challenges. So I'll probably do things, maybe like significant progress, or at least if I, like, sort of what like Crafty Great Gaming Jamie does, like she'll show it to you, and then she'll come back in a few days with what progress. I might do the same thing because I center a lot of my stitching around my challenges at the moment, and I think that would be helpful both for me to actually have time to do everything, but it will also save time in just in general. Like, even now I'm having to keep an eye on the dog. He's doing, like, he's a good boy, but I mean, he's a puppy, so you can't keep your eye off of him for too long. And but yeah, so that's it for today, and hopefully this didn't come across as like too fast or like I was too distracted. And then I will try and see you guys in 2 weeks, maybe a month, but we'll have to see just how things go with the videos. Okay. So I will see you guys on next time. So thank you to anybody who made it to the end of this video. I know it was a bit of a ramble today. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.